Okay, so good evening, everyone. Today we will understand uh, how we can use Python in stock market prediction. So I will share my screen first. My screen is visible to all.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
For me, it's visible.
Okay, so in this presentation, we will first see what is stock market. Then we will see some data science and deep learning topic which are involved to study prediction of stock market. And in third segment, we will see example of Apple company. We will predict share price of Apple company. So here is brief about stock market. So stock market is place where buying and selling of shares take place. If in simple language, कंपनी जो है वो अपना 1% शेयर सेल करती है कुछ परसेंट इन्वेस्टर्स को ताकि इन्वेस्टर्स उसमें इन्वेस्ट कर सके और कंपनी करती है ताकि उनका प्रॉफिट हो सके उनको और इन्वेस्टमेंट मिलेगी उससे इसीलिए वो कुछ परसेंट करते हैं 40-60 सो इन्वेस्टर्स क्यों इन्वेस्ट करते हैं ताकि उन्हें प्रॉफिट मिले या डिविडेंड मिले सो हियर आर ब्रीफ पॉइंट्स अबाउट दैट companies list share of their stock on an exchange through a process called an initial public offering or IPO. Investors purchase those shares. Investors purchase those shares which allow the company to raise money to grow its business. Investors can then buy and sell these stocks among themselves and then exchange track the supply demand of each listed stock. So basically, stock price में जब नंबर ऑफ बायर्स ज्यादा होते हैं और सेलर लेस होते हैं तो प्राइस ऑफ स्टॉक इंक्रीज होता है जब बायर्स लेस होते हैं और सेलर ज्यादा होते हैं तो प्राइस डिक्रीज होता है सो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई पे डिपेंड करता है शेयर का प्राइस तो ये देयर आर टू मेजर स्टॉक एक्सचेंज इन इंडिया बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज एंड नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज So Bombay Stock Exchange is situated in Mumbai, established in year 1875. Listed, they have approximately 6,000 companies listed. Now, National Stock Exchange is India's largest financial market and fourth largest market by trading volume. It was first exchange in India to provide modern, fully automated electronic trading. The NSE is largest private wide area network in India. So there were two major Indian stock exchange. Now we will see international stock exchange. So there are four worldwide stock exchange, major. New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, Shanghai Stock Exchange, and Euronext. So New York Stock Exchange is a stock exchange located in New York City that is largest equities based exchange in world based on the total market capitalization of its listed security. It was established in 1792. Nasdaq, National Association of Security Dealers Automated Quotations. Major technology giants are listed on Nasdaq. So एप्पल भी इस पे लिस्टेड है जिसपे हमारी केस स्टडी है Nasdaq is an online global marketplace for buying and trading securities, the world's first electronic exchange. Now, Shanghai Stock Exchange. It is situated in mainland China. It is run by China Securities Regulatory Commission. Fund, bond exchange derivatives are traded on this exchange. Now, Euronext. Euronext is large global stock exchange group, originally the combination of three former exchanges from France, Belgium, and Netherlands. Many popular European benchmark indexes are created by Euronext. Euronext offering cover a wide range of area of assets, including equity exchange, etc. Now RNN. From here, we will see few data science topics which are required to study stock market. तो जो stock market का data है वो linked है डे बाय डे एक सीक्वेंस में है इसलिए आरएनएन को समझना जरूरी है सो वी विल फर्स्ट सी आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ आरएनएन in this slide you can see x will be input h will be output and this a is layer तो जब x0 is input then we will get H0 as output. Now we will combine this H0 with X1 to get H1 output. We will combine H1 with X2 to get H2 output. And this will go on until we reach HT as output. So this is how this network works. This reoccurs, that's why it is known as recurrent neural network. So RNN are like short-term memory. They only remember things that just happened in previous couple of observation and apply knowledge in the ongoing forward. Can form a much deeper understanding of sequence and its context compared to other algorithms. RNN produce predictive result in sequential data, time series, speech analytics, weather record, etc. One of the biggest algorithms. On RNN RNN के few examples हैं Google Translate and Siri by Apple. Now, RNN is used for translation, as I said, Google Translate, and sentiment analysis. So in other neural network, all input are independent of each other, but in RNN, they are related to each other. जैसे कि हमने देखा कि ये सारे नेटवर्क एक दूसरे से related थे. Now, vanishing gradient problem. Moving backward in neural and calculating gradient loss with respect to weight, gradient gets smaller and smaller as we move backward in network. This means that neuron in earlier layer learns very slowly as compared to layers in later layer in hierarchy. The earliest layer in network are slowest to train. Solution of this problem is using long-term memory loss. Basically, as we move forward in data, RNN tends to forget what was in backward. So LSTM cell is specifically design unit of logic that will help reduce the vanishing gradient problem sufficiently to make RNN more useful for long-term memory. The way is used by creating input memory state, which is simply added to processed input, which greatly reduce multiplicative effect of small gradient. The time dependence and effects of previous input are controlled by an interesting concept called forget gate, which determine which state are remembered and determined. So LSTM की coding हम अभी आगे देखेंगे. Now Apple company, we all know about Apple company. It was founded in 1976 by Steve Jobs and Stephen Wozniak. Apple manufacture and sell smartphone, personal computer, tablets, etc. Some of its main products include iPhone, Mac line of personal computer, laptop, iPad, Apple Watch, TV, etc. Now we will see prediction of Apple stock market price of Apple in upcoming 30 days. So for this, we will import 4 libraries: NumPy, Pandas, TensorFlow, Matplotlib. So collection of data. For this, basic coding of Pandas is used to read CSV file, as you can see. Now in this head, there are 5 columns of my data. First 5 columns. These are some variable: date, close, high, low, and open. I will explain these variables first. High, low, and close. High and low refer to maximum and minimum price in a given time period. Basically high and low price वो है, time period हमारा 1 day है, so एक दिन में जो सबसे highest price होगा stock का वो high है, जो सबसे lowest होगा वो low है. Open and close are the prices at which stock began and ended trading in same period. हमारा period 1 day ही है, तो जो open price at which it opened and closing is decided by companies. So volume is total amount of trading activity adjusted values factor in corporate actions such as dividends, stock splits, and new share insurance. The period is commonly daily. However, traders incorporate multiple periods when reviewing the price action of security. Now, why is closing price so important? हमारे data में हमारा जो analysis है वो closing price पे ही है. The close price is considered the reference point for any time frame. It is price traders agreed on after all action throughout the day, which when researching historical stock price data, financial institute, regulators, and individual investors use closing price as standard measure of stocks. value of a specific date. For example, on 31st December 2019, closing price was not only for the day, but also week, month, quarter, and year. So now ये जो head है, you can see this head starts from 2017 January 23. So data is collected from 2017. Now in tail, in last 5 column of this data, you can see the data, this date, end date is 2022 20 January. Now this closing price. As I said about closing price is important and why it is important, I explain. So here we will analyze closing price. This is graph from 2017 to 2022 for Apple company. As you can see, it started from $100 and it ended here somewhere around $200. The highest price was $500, which immediately dropped down to $100 again. So this is data for 5 years graph. Now LSTM is sensitive to scale of data, so we will apply min-max scaler. Min-max scaler is applied with sklearn pre-processing. Now dataset, splitting dataset into train and test. So training size here will be 65 and test size will be 35. Now this function is defined create dataset so that we can convert array of values into matrix. Now we will reshape LSTM and import few other libraries like from TensorFlow, sequential, dense, LSTM. Now LSTM coding. Here LSTM hidden layer is 50 and input is 101, sorry. Now this is code for model fitting. Calculating RMSE of train and test data. So training RMSE is 207 and test RMSE is 104. Now plotting of graph. So this blue line here represents our whole data. Orange line represents training data and green line here represents test data. Coding for predicting 30 days price. So now from here we will see what will be price in upcoming 30 days. So after performing these code from while, if, else, we can plot this graph. This orange line is basically prediction of stock price in upcoming 30 days. So as you can see, it is between $170 to 180. Here we can see it is dropping down, but then it will rise till $180. So these are few analyses that stock price of Apple will be around 170 to 180. As I said, there will be steady growth of stock price. Stock price will rise till 180 in next 30 days, and it depends on investor at what price they bought the share, what is dividend they are getting, and at what price they would like to sell the share. Thank you. This was the presentation about how we can use Python in stock market.
Thank you, Simranji. Thank you for this segment. Anybody have any questions? Anything related to share market or share market? How the data science programming is right here? Anything? Please ask.
Sir, Mohan here.
Yes.
We have taken this data from by web scraping, right, to analyze.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
This is all about the web scraping. In data science, the first step is web scraping. You should be know the web scraping first. Then only you have to enter to data science.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's why any of one is come to in data science class or anywhere you go, you have to understand what is the value of web scraping, how you
Right.
do automation web scraping. Okay. Thank you, sir, for asking questions.
Yes, sir.
Similar things in automobile sector also. Whenever we collecting some data, there is a main resource for collection data is the web. 80% you got it from web, 20% you got it for your own database, and
Right,
5
sir.
from other resource.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the whole scenario. uh, Thank you, sir. Anyone any questions? Hello everyone, any question is there, or we going
Sir,
to close this meeting?